Okay, so hey everyone, it's Vince Vaughn here, and Owen. We're here to crash the party at Jumanji. Hey Ted, grab that net, catch that beautiful butterfly, pal. Okay, yeah, that tree over there. Gene, that looks like a maple tree. Yeah, you know what? I love maple syrup. Yeah, you know what? Love doesn't exist, Vince. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Wow. I'm sorry I called you a hillbilly before. Yeah, I didn't even know what that meant. Oh, hey, wow, what's that? Drums? I love drums. Wow. Hey, wait. You said love doesn't exist. Come on. Oh, I did?
People love cars, but they don't love visiting car dealerships. 99% of consumers prefer not to visit a car dealership, and most say they would rather visit the dentist over a dealer. This is why some of the most successful dealers are offering consumers a new way to buy and service cars without leaving the comfort of their home. The at-home experience is more convenient and saves customers a lot of time, so it gives consumers a compelling reason to choose your dealership over the competition. Introducing RedCap, the Uber-like platform that makes it easy for dealers to manage the pickup and drop-off of vehicles to consumers' homes and offices for test drives, sold vehicle deliveries, or service pickup and drop-off. Here's how RedCap works. Step 1. Customers select the date, time, and location that works best for them and that fits the dealer's preset calendar. Step 2. The dealership accepts and confirms the delivery time and location. Step 3. Automated communications provide departure and arrival times and enable ongoing communications between the dealership personnel and the consumer. It's that easy. RedCap's reporting platform also makes it easy to monitor where your personnel and customers are at all times and how the vehicles are being driven. Customers love the at-home experience because it makes it easier for them to test drive, buy, and service with your dealership. And the vast majority said this concierge service was the primary reason they chose the dealer that offered it. Dealers love RedCap because it helps them increase sales, customer satisfaction, retention, and referrals from consumers who may otherwise not have done business with them. To learn how RedCap's platform can help you deliver a better experience for your customers, visit www.getredcap.com.
We are back, and in a big way. Sound the drums for our afternoon's keynote speaker, Eric GAIL. Eric, the jungles of Jumanji, welcome you to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Eric, Gail, you made it to Jumanji. Welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Well, thank you very much. That's quite a ride on the way in.
Hey, Eric, you did great. Eric Gail is the Chief Executive Officer of the Cardinale Group of Companies. Eric, welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Thank you very much, Ted. Thanks for having us.
It's a great honor to have you. These events have really grown, especially this year with all that's been happening in our industry. And I've heard so much about your group from your peers and other members of the roundtable. So we're excited to have you here. And I'm going to let you take it away.
Well, Ted, again, thank you so much for the invite. We're really fortunate and privileged to be able to continue to share and to give back, and also to learn from the incredible minds that you've brought together for this December roundtable. So thank you again. As shared, it is my blessing and privilege and responsibility to be able to lead the Cardinale Group of Companies. And in today, what we want to do is we want to give you insights into Kaizen, into continuous improvement, and how fixed operations is an absolute cornerstone, truly a base and foundation by which all of our operations and our future success is built. And Ted, you were kind enough to talk ever quickly about the Cardinale Group of Companies, and we are an aligned automotive-centric collection of companies that are anchored first and foremost by our automotive group, which is currently standing at 22 locations, representing 3 states in California, Arizona, Nevada, as well as a myriad of other companies that we own and have integrated within our automotive operations, as well as serving dealers outside of our primary competing market areas, both within the United States and in Canada. We believe the development and the honoring of wonderful and amazing and outstanding relationships have afforded us the ability to take the things that we've learned as a dealer, the things that we've learned as a multi-state, multi-franchise dealer, and applied them throughout not only our organization, but shared them throughout the other companies that we work with other dealers on. Currently, our automotive group, again, as referenced, is primarily domiciled in California, Arizona, and Nevada. And to focus then on what we believe and how we take away and what we want to share today is the focus of continuous improvement. Put another way, it is in a Japanese manufacturing purification strategy, it's called Kaizen. And it is the cycle of continuous improvement, and it really does identify areas of improvement to create solutions and plans for a specific rollout and cycle through the entire process in order to achieve perfection. Now, obviously, the first and foremost step is to get involved. And today, people around the country, Ted, thank you, have gotten involved and are here to participate and to serve and support the Fixed Ops Roundtable. What a wonderful forum. And again, thank you for the invitation. In order to set up what we believe was a watershed and defining moment, I wanted to share a little story about what happens all the time throughout our operations, regardless of whether they're within our automotive group or yours. And the story is simple. In a given day, in a given week, one of our guests, one of our owner guests, one of our customers, right, has a need to come in for service. There's an engine light on, there's something that's been identified or notified to them, and they need to come see us. And so they arrive at our service reception for their appointment, and they're greeted and they're provided with a wonderful multi-point inspection and a walk around, and very familiarized, okay? We have a discussion, at which point we identify both the primary reason for their visit as well as any other preventative maintenance options that exist. And I go on my way, and I'm later called, and it's time for me to now pay for my service. Now, the critical piece in here is that I may still be within the first 24, 36, or 48 months. My maintenance, for the most part, may be all but included. However, if I have slipped just outside of warranty, or this is a repair that's currently not covered, and now I'm pulling out my credit card to pay for something, the rules have changed just a little bit. All right? And the rules being, I don't recall having to pay $300, $400, $500, $600 the last time I came here. Okay? I still needed to get this done. I still authorized this with the men and women of the service department that I've gone to, but my mindset is just a little bit different in this case. When I come time to pick up my car and I'm pointed to a particular place to say, yes, your car's hat number 250. It's in the lot just behind here, and I point to where I'm supposed to go pick it up, and I'm handed my keys. And I pick my car up, and it hasn't been cleaned. There's two disconnections that have occurred. One, the car was not brought around the front for me to then be able to step over to, smile, get inside, and off I go. Okay? I do not need the paper or plastic footwell shields to let me know you cleaned the car. I can tell based on the way that it looks when it first drives up. Okay? The keys are handed to me now within COVID. They're in a plastic bag, whatever disinfectant type things that we've done. Okay? But in this particular case, if I missed one or both of these little subtle cues, what has happened is the ether is starting to wear off of this amazing experience that I've had with you for the last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever the case may be. It's an easy miss, and it is absolutely critical. So, the squeak that I wish you would have made go away still exists. It's 2, 3, 4, 5 days later. You fixed all the things that I had asked of you, but there's some squeak of just the fact that on my commute each day, I have to cross railroad tracks both ways. And sooner or later, something squeaks. I call back, I ask a question, and I'm just put in a position to where maybe I have to come back. Maybe I do disclose that the car wasn't cleaned. Now, I didn't ask you to promise me that the car's clean. These are the intangibles. These are the things that, if continuous improvement is the case, then we should reverse engineer and identify that these are areas that we absolutely must have customer touch points. We must have amazing attached to these. Okay? Well, remember, I'm at the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year mark. I'm in traffic. And I happen to notice this little dog sticking out the window of a car that happens to be quite attractive. And so I think, wow, that's a pretty car as I pull forward. I wonder what brand that is. I wonder what model number that is. Maybe that's seated in my mind. Maybe now it's time for me to start to look at what my options are. The hope would be that it's a brand that we own, or it's a brand that I currently own that keeps me loyal within a particular group. However, the data suggests otherwise. Something caught my eye. And the reason it caught my eye is because my eyes were even open to it in the first place based on an experience I had just the other day or the prior week. Okay? So I decide, let's just see what's out there. What process at that point have I begun? I'm now in the stimulus and consideration phase of what becomes another vehicle, or most importantly for us as a retailer, a new relationship. You see, everyone has a story. Everyone has motivations and triggers. This particular car for me may be the greatest single investment I've ever made for myself. This may be the thing that takes me to and from work, takes children to school, picks up my elderly parents, whatever the case may be. I need it to be cared for more than I'll ever disclose to you. And we missed something. You see, every life has a particular story if we will take the time to read it, to understand, to be in relationship with people. So what happened next? What happened when I went and was stimulated and looked at other potential options? Well, that's where continuous improvement comes in, because the answer is in the data that we actually have. We can answer that own question for ourselves. So let's begin first and foremost with let's get involved. Now, we as an organization are a management-driven company, meaning we don't care whether the market is up or down. We care about the goals and objectives that we have set for ourselves first and foremost. And so to get involved is a call to action for us. We get involved. Challenge accepted. We're involved. The next is to identify the areas of opportunity. We've identified the single largest area is relationship retention, stemmed from fixed operations to variable or from variable to fixed. It is the infinitum wheel that drives our entire organization. And yes, folks, it is hinged within fixed operations. Absolutely hinged and built into the granite rock of the foundation that we call fixed operations. We want to encourage solutions, and then we need to make a choice. For us, the choice, if you know our story, was made as a result of the financial crisis, 08 and 09. Into 2010, we had to decide who we were, what was our why, what was our purpose. We decided that more than anything in the world, we were in the relationship business, and we were going to be amazing at it. We develop, we go to work to build, not good enough, not check the box, not give us a good CSI score, to build outstanding relationships. Two-way relationships where everybody wins. See, everybody has to win. Win-lose has no sustainability to it. You can win, someone else can win, and we won't do that a second time. When you are welcomed with open arms and you're greeted and you're cared for and you're loved, it's a relationship that turns you into a raving fan. You become an advocate for the things that we do together. Surprise and delight is something that we want to inspire in you to remember that these moments, I never asked you to clean my car. I didn't ask you to pull it up front like I was checking into or checking out of the Ritz-Carlton, but you did it anyway. You surprised and delighted me. I paid a whopping $37 repair bill, and you just treated me like I owned your dealership. Thank you. I never asked for it. You just did it. Okay? Test the solution. So we chose to create outstanding relationships, and now it's time to test the solution that we came up with. So we visualized something that for myself, a 30-year career, and for our industry, well in excess of 100 years, we created a visualization that is an infinitum wheel, an interchanging relationship that is completely and totally supportive and codependent of the other. Regardless of where I enter this relationship road with you or one of your stores, once I'm on it, we want to earn and serve and support you to stay on it. I was fortunate to be able to select a car from your organization, new or pre-owned, on or off brand, and you welcomed me to service. And you kept me in service, preventative maintenance. You took care of me. You treated me like a guest in your home. And when it came time for me to select something else, I stayed on your road. I honored our relationship and I stayed. We developed a road map. And to blow this up, I want you to see that the elements of our road maps inside our operations, whether it's fixed or variable, contain the following pieces. Hire for habits, treat our associates better than our best customer, and so on. Be respectful, visit the service lounge, and everyone gets offered lunch. Do it on silver trays. Go pick lunch up for people. It's $5 per person. It's $7, $8. You will change someone's whole day. You'll change their life by surprise and delighting them with something they never thought you would ever ask for. Leave handwritten notes from the techs in the car, right? Put lab coats on an amazing delivery experience when someone's a new member of our retail family through a sale. Treat everyone as if a guest in our home. And there's no 5-foot rule or 10-foot rule. There's a 100-foot rule. There's an if you're anywhere even close to us, you're a guest in our home. You see, we measure and analyze these results. And discipline in math is where we would say the entire industry's success is built on these two absolute principles. The math is not wrong. You may not like the math, but the math is not incorrect. And so the truth of it is, if you don't like the math, do you have the discipline to change, alter, enhance, revise your math? Okay? So we love numbers, and we studied the numbers, and we looked at national data with a top 15% store group, whatever the case may be, respondent average, to the national average. Let's take a look ever quickly. When we sell a car, new car in this particular case, new vehicle, 62% in the top 15% of the stores will actually show up for their first service appointment to the store in which they bought it from. We have transient owners. We have people that live, their office is closer to another store. I get it. 62%. By the time we get to visit 5, it drops to 11%. Shame on us. Shame on us. We may never get to visit 5. We may, based on maintenance schedules, we may only get to visit 3. However, it's safe to say visit 3 is not 50%. It gets incrementally farther down as we go. Shame on us. That's an opportunity for us. We can embrace that as something that is, oh, woe is me, or we can turn to that and say, what if we had a percentage better? What if we grew 3%, 5%, 6%? What if we cared enough to do the small things that make everything in the relationship something you really, truly want? The average stores are 51%, dropping to 5%. 35 to 50% of our post-sale equals a service defection. That's what the numbers ultimately say. What have we done? Or in this case, what can we do to help make that number stronger? See, for us, we created an objective. And the objective was 80% first appointment from sale new vehicle, and 25% by visit number 5. We are what we focus on. And so for us to be able to focus on these numbers is to then reverse engineer, to use continuous improvement to earn our way into these results. Well, now let's look at from service to sales. Let's look at the other half of the infinity wheel. This is where the service experience becomes the exchange into a newer to us, whether it's brand new or pre-owned, newer to us as a family car from your store. The national data average says that from the time that people buy from us, the second purchase from 100% of the people that have bought from us becomes 18.7%. And by the time we get to new vehicle, the third one, it drops to 13%. So stop and think about that. We have an 80% repeat sale defection. It's unbelievable. 8 out of 10 will not come back. And I know that most people will say, well, no, I get my OEM report. Now, this is new and used. New and used. Every member of our welcomed into the family, whether you own our brand or not, you are now a member of, in this case, the Cardinale family, and we want to keep you there. We want to continue to earn that right. Our objective is a 25% repeat second purchase and a 20% third purchase, and so on. Again, we are what we focus on. We have to create objectives, and we have to be able to earn and to serve the solutions that we've created. If successful, adopt the solution. Well, our solution is you are where you belong. Welcome home. When you visit one of our stores, when you call one of our stores, when you show up for a service appointment or a sales appointment, it's more of a reservation. Welcome home. You see, we talked about creating the roads to service, the roads to an RO, and we did that using what we found in continuous improvement, using what we found reverse engineered. And there's a map for our service teams, as you see on the left hand of your screen. And it's not just for service, it's for sales. and notice that each one of them contains the same level of commitment to the in-store experience for all team members. It is that road. Commit and clone and scale this and repeat it often, every single day. Lead and serve graciously the men and women who we are so fortunate and blessed for their continued loyalty. Lead them with a servant's heart. Honor their time. Identify when we need to be there for them and be there. And be ready with open arms, open doors. Let me know that I am but one click, one call away from anything I could ever want, whether we're in the midst of a global pandemic or not. If I know that I'm one click or one call away from your stores, and you will come pick me up, you'll pick my car up, you'll go to my office, you'll pick it up, you'll bring it back to me, you'll wash it, whatever the case may be, the answer is yes. The unfair advantages that you unlock are earned and they are deserved. And it is truly an amazing opportunity to honor and secure the maximum loyalty from the men and women and families that we serve. Ted, thank you so much for the ability to quickly disseminate that and to share that with the amazing roundtable of experts and wonderful minds that you've assembled. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Eric, amazing, amazing story. I love it. The Kaizen, all the little things. I'm just staring in, taking a look at your sales and your service processes. I want to go back to something that you put on the screen a little bit earlier. And I had read this about your brand. Deeply embedded in your entire organization is that motto, we develop outstanding relationships where everybody wins. I want to come back to that. Eric, how do you ensure that everyone in your organization embraces that vision?
It is more than a motto and a mantra or a mission statement. It's everything for us. It is how we identify. It's the one singular brand promise that every single associate bears. We are a branded organization. We wear our brand on our chest. We do that in every store every single day. We do that with an interlocking CW. It is our trust mark. It represents the Cardinale way, and that is identified, brought to life, and delivered through that brand promise of developing outstanding. If it's good, it can be better. If it's great, it can be better. It is something, Ted, that requires daily effort. You never really arrive. It's an amazing journey where you say to yourself, that was good. It could have been great. Great can become outstanding. But I care enough to go find what outstanding is. That was wonderful. Could it be outstanding? Okay. The other thing too is that when you're looking to develop an outstanding relationship where everybody wins, it does afford you the right to say no thank you. Mm-hmm. You see, there are times when you go to work and you work diligently to achieve a particular result. And whether it's communicating the value of a master technician's time to be able to contribute to a repair order that has a $1,000+ value attached to it. And there isn't anything else we can possibly do to reduce that price for you, and you want it done for $300, we're okay saying we're just not a fit. We can't possibly put our name on that repair. We can't possibly honor our relationship and provide that vehicle, that level of service to you for any less than what we've already provided. So it does allow us the opportunity to say, maybe this just isn't a fit. And that's okay.
That's a great point. It's a great, great point. You know, Eric, our audience today is dealers, general managers, fixed operations directors, service
Sure.
and parts directors. And, you know, many leaders in our industry are predicting that for, you know, the future survival, there needs to be more of an emphasis, if you will, placed on fixed operations. Do you agree? I think obviously you do from what you've just shown us.
Sure.
But do you agree with that assessment? And how are you preparing for the future at your organization?
Well, we not only agree with that assessment, we've built our entire future on that reality. So many times people like to duck and cover from the following question of, are you 100% fixed absorbed? And they, quickly want to put up a manila folder and, oh, wait, what was the question? Right? And it's fine. We used to do that type of stuff too, until a number of years ago when we were inspired by a group that we have a wonderful relationship out of the Midwest who made the assertion that they were 100% fixed absorbed. Now, they're like us. They have small, medium, and metro market stores. They have luxury brands, volume and domestic brands, and the whole thing. And they said it didn't matter. It did not matter. They did not take into account certain fair or unfair advantages that certain markets had. They made that a North Star, and they gave themselves 24 months to achieve it. And they did it in less time. And it was because they were absolutely relentless at wanting to be world-class in that realm. And so the truth of it is life-changing. Financially, you will build a fortress balance sheet that will rival the best of what life can ever possibly throw at you if you're 100% fixed absorbed. So it's a wonderful question. We believe that the future is built on that continuous relationship that we honor, and no one touches our customers more often in a more critical fashion than the men and women that support our fixed operations, and the master technicians and the parts associates that keep 10,000 moving pieces and parts running beautifully. So again, great question. And thank you, Ted.
Eric, my pleasure, and great honor to have you here today with us at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Eric GAIL, everybody. I noticed your contact information. We have it along the bottom of the screen there. Is that your office phone number, or if someone were to reach out to you?
It is actually my mobile number, and
wow.
we're happy to share it. The development of an outstanding relationship says that if we've asked a number of questions of people throughout our careers, we sit front row, we write down a bunch of notes, we want to ask these questions. And so for those who are in the audience or those who are participating, if you have questions, we're happy to share them with you. Please feel free to reach out anytime. You can always leave a message, but yes, we will absolutely, we would be proud to help you in any way we can. Thank you.
Eric GAIL, honored to have you here today at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Well, Ted, I hear the sound of drums, and that means that we've got to get Eric back to his automotive group and back to the Cardinale group of companies. And the only way to do that is for Eric to say that word.
Jumanji! Thank you very much. Bye, guys.